Daring to be dumb.
To y'all, man. 2 cents be on point. She be on point, bro. On
Appreciate
point.
it.
Long for real.
Appreciate
She be
it.
talking facts. And like
Come
you was the
on, she
first
be
one to
on
say
point.
it too.
Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's video, we will be discussing Jerron Boots Ennis versus Teo the Takeover Lopez. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button, and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the video. Shout out to all of my returning viewers. If you're new here, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, but our next stop is 2,000. So make sure you punch that subscribe button. Make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents. Be sure to come by the live streams every Friday and Sunday. Friday at 6:30 p.m. and Sunday at 5 p.m. When you come by the live streams, be sure to let me know and drop it below your 2 cents in the chat. Click the link and hop on the panel. And be sure to support the channel by dropping super chats or hitting the Cash App. And as you watch my videos throughout the week, make sure you drop your 2 cents in the comments. And you can always support the channel with the super thanks. It's the little heart with the $sign in it. So be sure to help support the channel. Now, recently it's come out that Bob is willing to feed Teofimo Lopez to Jerron Boots Ennis, and they have been negotiating to make a fight. And I just want to give my 2 cents about this. This video won't be too long. If you would like to hear more a more in-depth point of view, be sure to come by my live stream on Friday at 6:30 p.m. where we go a little bit more deep, a little deeper into details about these things. But first question I have is, how did Boots go? I mean, how did T.O. go from supposed to be fighting Tank to fighting Boots now? I think that is extremely weird, right? Just to give my 2 cents. And I just honestly, first of all, let's get this out the way. Me personally, my 2 cents, I don't think that Jerron Boots Ennis ducked Virgil Ortiz, quote unquote. I guess if he was offered a fight and he didn't take it, and that's a duck to you, then by that definition, then yes, Boots Ennis ducked the fight. But I don't think he ducked the fight. I think a lot of factors were in play. Go check out my other video. I made a video about it. I think it's called The Truth about Boots Ortiz fight or something like that. Go check that video out where I explain exactly my 2 cents about that situation. So there are a lot of people that believe that Teofimo Lopez is a good fight for Boots, but Boots is not a good fight for Teofimo Lopez. I just want to say, I don't think that it's a good fight, period. I think that Teofimo Lopez going up from 130 to 147 to fight Jerron Boots Ennis is not daring to be great. I think it's daring to be dumb. First of all, Teofimo Lopez has not looked the greatest his last 3, 4, 5 performances. He hasn't looked the greatest at 40. His pop hasn't been the same at 40. His power not hitting the same as it did at 35. His mind, his mental state doesn't seem like he's been all the way there these last couple years. But that's just my 2 cents. So we want to act like there doesn't need to be, when you move up in acclimation to a weight class, get used to the weight, get used to fighting with the weight. Those things need to take place. And you're going to move up to 147, no acclimation to the weight, coming off subpar performances, to fight the boogeyman at 147 pounds? And then people say you daring to be great? No, I think you're daring to be dumb, T.O. I just don't think this is a good fight. And a lot of people are like, well, if Boots fight T.O., some people think this is going to be a good fight. People think it's going to be a competitive fight. And I don't see that happening. I feel like Teofimo Lopez will get destroyed against Jerron Boots Ennis. Is Teofimo Lopez a great talent? I think Teofimo Lopez is a good talent. I think he has a lot of potential. But at this point in his career, we should not be focusing on T.O.'s potential. It is what it is. If he doesn't get his mind right, he will not be as successful as he could possibly be in this business. And I think going up to 47 pounds will hinder his career if he takes a beating from Boots Ennis. And I think that Teo has pissed Bob off, and he's willing to feed him to Boots. That's what I think. I think Bob Arum, they got the best matchmakers in the game. They know what's up over there. So either Bob Arum sees something in Boots and he thinks Teo can beat him, or he's feeding Teo to Boots because Teo has pissed him off. Is this a big money fight for Teo? Everybody keeps saying Boots not a star and he ain't nobody and this and that, but now all of a sudden Boots is daring to be great and this is a big money fight for him? I'm just confused. And all I'm doing right now with this video, I'm just getting my thoughts out of my head and putting it on record, right? Like I said, come by my live stream Friday, 6:30, where I've had time to, think about this more. I'm just getting my initial thoughts on paper, so to speak, right? So I'm just curious. Let me know and drop it below. Why do y'all think that this is a good fight for Teo, but it's not a good fight for Boots? And how can you say somebody is daring to be great and it's a good fight for them, but it's not a good fight for the other person? How will people ever be able to dare to be great if they're daring to be great and it's a good fight for one person, but it's not a good fight for the other person? And I just think that a lot of times people don't apply the same logic to things. Now, I'm not saying in every situation in boxing you can apply the same logic, because boxing is subjective. Things are isolated incidents because there are a lot of circumstances that surround a situation. But how can you say that Teo is a good fight for Boots? That Boots is a good fight for Teo, but not a good fight for Boots, but at the same breath say Teo is chasing greatness? It's the same thing with the Shakur Stevenson Kid Austin situation. I didn't hear nobody say that's a good fight for Kid Austin, but that's not a good fight for Shakur Stevenson. Why is that? Why is that? And then you got some people say, oh, well, it's not if Virgil Ortiz wasn't on the table, then it'll be a good fight. What do you mean? It's either a good fight or it's not a good fight. It's either a good fight or it's not a good fight. Now, some people believe Virgil Ortiz would have been a better fight. In my 2 cents, I really don't think that Virgil Ortiz was going to fight Boots. I really think they was going to hit him with some okie doke stuff, but that's just me with my tinfoil hat on. So, if Virgil Ortiz never sent the offer, then it would be a good fight. And I think that statement right there, just shows that it was an obvious smear campaign on Boots' name. It was an obvious smear campaign on Boots' name because now he can't do anything else that's seen good publicly because he didn't fight Virgil Ortiz. And he didn't move up to 154 like everybody else wanted him to. And I got to keep reiterating that I'm not even a Boots fan like that. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy. So that's all I want to come on here real quick and just say this, like, how is Teofimo Lopez daring to be great by volunteering itself to feed itself to Boots? Do people think that the 10-pound rehydration clause that Boots has with the IBF belt is really hindering him like that? Do they really see that much weakness in him because he can't rehydrate like he normally does? So much so to the point that Teofimo Lopez is willing to jump up a weight class and fight the boogeyman in the division? Shout out to Teo if he do that. Me personally, my 2 cents, I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it will be that competitive of a fight. And Teo just hasn't looked good. He's not even coming off a great performance trying to go up and fight Boots. But let me know what you all think about Boots versus Teo by dropping your 2 cents below in the comments. Make sure you follow me on IG at 2 Cents Boxing and follow me on Twitter at 2 Cents 20. I'm Jay, and stay tuned for my 2 cents in the next video.